Hey everyone, I'm Princess Link, and welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 2. Chapter 25. Raiden checked the Soliton radar maps on the codec. It was unable to receive a transmission of the area between the pool room and the control room. Probably because a good deal of it was underwater or perhaps destroyed. Snake was right. He'd have to memorize the path for the return trip with Emma. He went through the passageway Vamp had indicated and went north to a section of corridor that had collapsed and was completely submerged. Slipping on the thermal goggles again, Raiden dived under the cloudy water and swam forward. The passage went west into darkness. After a couple minutes swimming, he came to a staircase that descended a flight. From there, the corridor doubled back east. Raiden saw a light on the surface. It was as good a place as any to catch a breath of air. Raiden ascended, bathed, and looked around. The space he was in had a curved glass window that was also part of the ceiling. The curvature allowed for about 6 inches of headroom. From there, he could see the northernmost room on the higher, unflooded level. Raiden spotted a young woman in the open doorway. The locker room. Emma. He took a breath and held it, then resumed the underwater journey. At the end of the corridor were 2 different hallways going north. Raiden faced them, pondering which one to take. His intuition leaned toward the one on the left, so that's the way he went. He swam for almost a minute and came to the end. The corridor doubled back to the left and up a flight of stairs to fresh air. Raiden climbed out, shook himself like a dog, and padded to a door, now closed, marked lockers. The place was empty. The only sign of recent activity was some food garbage littered around a trash can, a blanket and pillow on a bench, a few empty soda cans, and a dripping faucet attached to a sink. Really, I thought the faucet would have been attached to the lockers. She's in here somewhere. Emma, he called. Emma Emmerich? She's hiding. It's all right, I won't hurt you. Silence. Raiden walked slowly around the place. He knocked on the bathroom door and looked in after there was no response. Vacant. Raiden returned to the middle of the locker room. She's in one of the lockers. Starting with the one on the far left, Raiden went to each locker and opened it, then closed it, one after the other. Opened, closed, opened, closed. Raiden heard a tiny squeak of fear in a locker not far ahead from where he was. He moved 2 steps to the right and opened the door. She screamed, "It's all right!" Raiden shouted. The girl went silent. She sat on the floor of the locker, his face trembling. She was scared to death. Raiden held out his hands, palms upward, the way one would for a pet. "I'm not an enemy, see?" "Who are you?" she whispered. "Raiden, I'm getting you out of here." She didn't believe him. "Get me out?" The girl shook her head. "You're lying. Where are you taking me this time?" She drew back into the locker, cowering against the metal. "What are you talking about?" Raiden said. "I'm here to help." Emma whimpered, but her brow creased. She was thinking about it. "Here, I'll prove it." He slowly reached out to her neck and touched the skin where a codec might be. "Do you have nanos?" She didn't answer, but there was a flicker of recognition in her eyes. "Well, do you?" "I do," she answered. "Everyone on this project has them." "Good, let's try." He switched to nano communication and hooked up with her frequency. "Can you hear me?" "Yes." "Well, I have nano machines too." "Then you're not one of them." "That's what I've been trying to tell you." "And you came to rescue me?" She still didn't believe it. "Actually, I need your help. To stop Arsenal. I understand you're the only one who might be able to do it." "And who told you that?" "The president." "Really?" There was doubt in her voice. She didn't trust him yet. "I need you to come with me to Shell 1. Your brother's waiting for you there." Her eyes widened as if he'd punched her in the face. "My brother?" Suddenly there was an explosion somewhere above or below them. The room shook and the lockers rattled. "Come on, we have to get moving. This place will be flooded soon." He held out his hand again. She stared at it, then slowly raised her own arms. She tentatively placed her hand in his and allowed him to pull her out of the locker. Raiden was surprised by how cute she was. She was dressed in a two-tone t-shirt with black short pants. You mean shorts? Just say shorts, dude. Her bare legs were pretty and youthful. That's such weird. Yes, I would describe legs as pretty and youthful. What the frick does that mean? Her brown red hair was secured behind her head with 2 chopsticks. She had an adorable face and wore red-framed glasses, giving her a nerdy yet sexy persona. Stop it! Shut up! She's 18. She is 18. Okay? Shut up. I'm 18. I don't know, if she was like 20 and probably fine with it, but no, she's 18. Anyway, don't call her sexy. Don't call an 18-year-old sexy, please. The room shook again. Water sprang from cracks in the ceiling and walls. We'd better move. I can't swim, she cried. He didn't let go of her hand. Leave me! Madden pulled her close and looked into her eyes. You can swim. You used to love it, she sniffed. How did you know? Your brother told me. He's really here? That's right, he's here to rescue you. She tried to push away from him, but Madden held her tightly. I don't believe you. He'd never come for me. And I'm telling you he's here. Waiting for us in Shell 1. No, he left me, my mother, when we needed him the most. When my father died, all he could think about was himself. She hung her head in misery, her eyes welling with tears. Emma, we can go over that later. But first we have to get out of here. No, I hate water. Almost like a stubborn child, because she is a child, pretty much. She's only 18, Jesus. She became emotional, screaming her objection. It's hopeless, I can't swim. I did not sign on for this. Madden said, a psychiatrist? I am not. Emma, please, come on. You can do this. I know you can. You don't want to die here. No! Look, let me show you. She let him pull her through the door to the top of the steps. For some reason, she couldn't walk very well and had to lean on him. Her eyes widened with fear when she saw that the water level was at the top of the stairwell. You can piggyback. I'll do all the work. You just hold your breath and hold on. You can do that. No, I can't. Emma, please. I can't keep my eyes open in the water. You don't have to. I'll guide you. I was injected with something. My legs, see, I have trouble moving them. It was true. She was very unsteady. Her legs trembled. They'd been asleep. Just hold your breath, Emma. Just hold your breath for about 2 hours. Take a deep breath. I'll do the rest. First, we'll head for filter chamber 2. Then we'll take a breath. And all I have to do is hold my breath? That's right. How long? Better not tell her the truth. Just a little while. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. That's how I got here. I don't think I can do it. I'm not good at holding my breath. Madden racked his brain. How is he going to ease this girl's mind? Look, Emma, I have an idea. She looked at him as if she were eager to hear him. Put your ear against my back and listen to my heartbeat. Your heartbeat? He nodded and helped her climb onto his back. Go ahead, put your head down. She did so. Now count the beats. Don't think about anything else. When you reach 100, open your eyes. By that time, we'll be on the other side. She nodded her head. Give me a signal if you think you're running out of breath. What'll you do then? I'll swim faster. She hesitated and then nodded. Hang on tight. I'm closing my eyes. Take some deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Wait! Madden groaned. What is it? Releasing her grip on Madden, she stood on wobbly knees. She continued to hold on to his arm with one hand. Let me take off my glasses. She did so, and Madden said, You know, you should wear contacts. There's nothing wrong with my eyes. I wear them for show. Trying to be different from the other girls? No, it's not like that. I like glasses, and there's a guy I like who used to wear them. Your first boyfriend? No, it's somebody more important. Anyway, they bring me luck. I see. Actually, he didn't, but he decided to humor her. She folded her glasses and held them in her hand as if they were some kind of precious chime. Then she put her arms around Madden again. I'm ready, she said. Okay, let's go. Madden dived smoothly into the water, with Emma clinging to his neck and shoulders. The swimming was much more difficult with the added weight. Biden now questioned whether or not this was the best idea. It was too late to turn back, though. He had to turn on the strength but conserve the limited oxygen in his lungs. Not an easy task. They made it down the steps and around the hall, headed south to the east-west corridor. She clung tightly to him but gave no sign she was in distress. Biden remembered the way through and swam toward the light, the big curved window where he'd stopped the first time. He didn't know if she was counting as he told her to, but he was certain it took only 60 or 70 seconds to make it there. They broke the surface and Emma gasped. They both breathed heavily for a minute, catching their breath. You all right? She nodded. Okay, here we go again. We're almost to the first stop. She nodded and took a deep breath. Biden submerged and swam around the corner, down the hall to the east, and finally up the stairs. When they were standing in filtration chamber 2, he had to catch her to keep her from falling. Her legs were still not strong enough to support herself. Biden helped her over to a wall, and they sat down to rest. Biden intentionally sat 5 feet away from her to give her some space. Social distancing. Well, it should be 6, but whatever. Good enough, I guess. Also, this is 2009 when there was no need for social distancing. I mean, it wasn't written. The game takes place in 2009, but it came out in 2001, and this book was published also 2009. Okay. After a minute of silence, Biden said, "You did good. I concentrated on your heartbeat," she said softly. It reminded me of when I was a kid." He looked at her and she tentatively smiled at him. He'd gained her trust. "I remembered my brother giving me a piggyback ride. I was sleeping with my ear against his back. I could hear his heartbeat. Sounds like you were close." "We were. Back then." She was quiet for a while. The only sound was the rippling of the pool echoing in the room. Then she spoke again. "We were stepchildren in our parents' second marriages. Wherever my brother went, I used to tag along. My brother didn't have any close friends, so he used to take care of me. We both wanted to be loved so much that we used to pretend." When she didn't go on, Biden prompted her. "Pretend?" "Yeah, we used to play house." She lowered her head and blushed, but there was a smile on her face. "My brother was the husband and I was the wife." She looked up quickly. "But it was always just make-believe. We were only kids. You know what I mean?" Biden thought about it before answering. "I never had a family, but I think I know what you mean." His codec buzzed. It was the Colonel. "Biden, what's your status?" "Colonel, I've got Emmerich here. We've managed to avoid drowning." "Good job. Get her over to Shulman as soon as you can." "That's gonna be hard with the connecting bridge on the upper level destroyed." "Didn't Olga say something about taking the oil fence at the bottom of Strut L?" "Yeah, I remember that." "You should be able to go down by way of Strut L. Try and get over there." "What about Emma? She's been injected with something and she can't walk without help." "Then you'll have to carry her." He nodded and looked at Emma. She smiled sheepishly. "We're on our way." He signed off, only to catch another call, this time from Snake. "Biden, we've infiltrated the computer room. What's your situation?" "Emma's safe," he answered. "We're heading your way." Otacon appeared on the monitor. "Good job." Shulman's deserted," Snake said. "Looks like everyone's aboard Arsenal." "I had a good look at the system," Otacon said, "but there's nothing I can do. EE's our only hope." "Right, I'll put her on." "Huh?" Otacon's eyes went wide. "EE? How?" "I'll use my codec as a relay." Otacon, suddenly very nervous, cleared his throat. "Here she is." For the first time in years, the step-siblings greeted each other, albeit through nano-communication. EE, is that you? How? EE. Neither of them was sure what to say, and then Otacon blew it by asking, "EE, why are you involved with Metal Gear?" "Huh?" She was obviously rattled by his aggressive tone. It wasn't what she was expecting. "You knew our family's dark history and still got involved? What's wrong with you?" "I should have known." Her disappointment was evident. "Answer me. Why are you repeating the same mistake? I wanted to hurt you. I wanted to see you suffer. EE, you abandoned me." "No, that's not what happened." Snake cut into the conversation. "All right, that's enough." Otacon seemed relieved by the reprieve. "Who are you?" Emma asked. I'm a friend of Otacon's, Emma, he answered. Otacon? Enough with the sibling rivalry. That's not what this is. We haven't got time for it. Raiden, get her over here right now. Raiden took back control of the Kodak and answered, Gotcha, Snake. I'll head over there with her. Most of the enemies aboard Arsenal. I suggest you be careful. Make sure Emma gets you in one piece. Raiden, Otacon said, take care of my sister. Don't worry, I'll get her there. He signed off and turned to the girl. She was pouting over the exchange she'd had with her brother. Emma, Snake and Hal are waiting for us in Shell 1's computer room. I've got this disk that the president gave me. He pulled it out and showed it to her. Emma seemed to come out of her funk as she examined the software. It's supposed to contain a virus that can corrupt our Arsenal Gear's operating system. We need you to... This is my program, she said. What? Why did the president give it to you? Did something happen to him? Raiden whines. He's dead. What? He nodded grimly, but quickly returned to the subject. You actually wrote that virus? It's not really a virus. It's more like a worm cluster. It's actually a delayed effect autonomous program that's designed to invade GW's cerebrum and render its nerve connections useless. You know what GW is? Of course! I created it! Raiden was flabbergasted. This girl is that smart? You look surprised. Well, cat got your tongue? Say, how about the Patriots? Ever heard of them? Yes. Raiden nodded. It figures. But I only know what I've been told. Can you tell me what you know? He asked. It's hard to put into words. She gestured with her head and raised her eyebrows. At first, Raiden didn't understand, but then he got it. They switched to nano-communication. Are you reading me, Emma? Yes, loud and clear. The president said that Arsenal Gear is the Patriots' key to supremacy. That's as good a description as any. What exactly is it? It's a massive data processing system capable of controlling information on a global scale, she explained. A data process? I thought it was a weapon. The system's a social device for maintaining the Patriots' control. You've lost me. In this day and age, information emerges from every direction and is freely distributed. A variety of information, gathered by servers employing the latest in high-speed communication networks and P2P technology, is rapidly circulated to individuals. In fact, the speed of this circulation process is accelerating on an almost daily basis. The Patriots seem to be afraid of this development. Apparently, they believe that their role will shift from dominant to dominated. Let me give you an example. You're aware of Solid Snake's anti-Metal Gear activities, aren't you? Yeah, I know a little bit about it. That's just a small sample of uncontrolled information. I can guarantee you the Patriots did not want Solid Snake's name publicized. Now look at it like this. Political scandal, corporate corruption. Up until now, the Patriots have managed to keep a lid on these and other self-safe events. But with their existing data processing system, they are no longer able to effectively control the flow of information generated at the individual level. With a newly created system, they can fully regulate digital information. High-level information can be categorized in stages, given clearance levels and deleted as necessary, never to be seen by the public. By deleting such information, the Patriots can shape the course of history as they see fit. Someone's bound to catch on. No, the average the memory capacity, not to mention the lifespan of the average individual, is extremely limited. On the other hand, digital information lasts virtually forever. It doesn't deteriorate. So, the alphabet. 26 letters, right? It could have been 30 letters. What if the 4 deleted letters were controlled by a program? Impossible. It's not. In fact, something similar is already underway. Do you know how many genes exist in an individual? What is this, school? About 30 to 40,000. Right, that's what it was announced at the turn of the century. But there's actually 100,000 according to the original theory advanced by the scientific community. Information regarding the remaining 60,000 was suppressed by the Patriots. No. Why? How would you know? Do you know what a gene looks like? Did you count them yourself? They're research organizations. Of course, and their reports have already been subtly altered. They're even beginning to believe the doctored reports. GW is a system that allows the Patriots to decide what will be recorded in tomorrow's history. So what we're talking about is one huge censorship system for deleting information that might be inconvenient to the Patriots? Exactly. The actual physical core for handling the task, GW, is installed in Arsenal. It's the only system in the world with an optic neural AI that has a parallel processing capacity of 980 trillion Hammonds. I suppose that being a specialist in neural AI and complex logic played a significant role in your association with the Metal Gear project. That's not the only reason. What do you mean? What do you mean? She blushed and wouldn't answer. I guess there are plenty of other reasons. Aiden ventured. Yes, there are. I understand. Do you? So Arsenal Gear is actually designed to protect the GW system, wasn't it? Yes. It's armed with everything, including nuclear weapons, and it's fully equipped with cyber-terrorist countermeasures. Physically and logically, it's the ultimate fortress for housing GW. But the AI is actually capable of controlling everything? No, GW is only the system's core. It's only for deciding what data is stored or deleted. The actual subsystem for executing the task exists within a social structure. My foot is very much asleep. What? Do you remember the panic that gripped the computer industry prior to the end of the century? You mean the Y2K problem? That's right. If you recall, our government supplied the world with a countermeasure program, using the internet at full capacity. The program was distributed to every governmental organization, every key facility throughout the world. In addition, the same program was included in an OS application for distribution among the public. Let me guess. The Y2K countermeasure contained a program designed by the Patriots. Yes, and everything supplied from that day onward contains the same program. Impossible. Do you know how a computer operates? Do you really know the basic principles on how data is exchanged? Nobody's aware of it, but there's a subsystem in place, and it's about to be activated. Is that why Solidus wants to burn out every electrical circuit in Manhattan with nuclear blast? Probably, but the overall system isn't actually complete. What? It still lacks the necessary factors for judging situations. I heard they were planning a major experiment in the next few days to provide complex data for the GW to study. And suddenly, all this happens. She paused, became very quiet, and looked away. Emma, it's not your fault. If it wasn't for the terrorists... Yeah, you're right. I think we'd better head to the computer room. She gasped and turned sharply to Raiden. My bird! Is he safe? Is he in the computer room? Raiden didn't know what she was talking about, and then he remembered. That noisy, overgrown parakeet? Excuse me, he's a parrot. And he's my best friend, my only friend. Well, the last I saw, the bird's okay. Oh, good. Did you know that in the old days, miners used to take a canary into the mineshaft to detect toxic gas? Which is like such a weird jump in conversation. Is that what he's for? No, I just needed someone to talk to. Right, I think we'd better get moving. He helped her stand and they walked out of the chamber to the next flooded stairwell. We have a little longer to cover than the last time. I'll give it my best, she said. Her attitude had improved immensely. Whatever you do, don't open your eyes. There's a bug in here. What the frick? Why not? There's a dead body. Not a pretty sight. Oh. She removed her glasses again. I nodded at the chopsticks. What are those sticks in your head? They're like her chopsticks. They hold your hair in place. Did you know they're pretty popular in Europe and South America? I can't say that I do, he smiled and said. You're not only cute, but smart too. Oh, I'm much more than cute. With that, she climbed onto his back and took a deep breath. If you like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!